Okay, here's another type of problem that will be on the final exam. Here we're going to do factor by grouping. First step is to grab my pen. Let's do green this time. What we're going to do is multiply 10 times 15, and 10 times 15 is 150, and I want factors of 15 and 10 that when you add it you get 35. Well, I happen to know it's 5 times 30 because I worked this out earlier, but you would just have to kind of keep guessing. 5 times 3 is 15, and then 30 plus 5 is 35. So here we're going to rewrite this as 10x squared plus 5x plus 30x plus 15. And then we're going to group first two and last two. GCF, factor out a 5x here. We're left with 2x plus 1 plus, over here we can factor out 15. So we're left with 2x plus 1. Now you have a new GCF, which happens to be 2x plus 1. So we're going to factor out 2x plus 1, and we are left with 5x plus 15. And here, normally you would be finished, but the 5x plus 15, you can factor out a 5 here. So I can factor a 5 out here, and I'm left with x plus 3, and I'm going to bring down the 2x plus 1 and just put it on the outside, and this is factored completely. Okay, here's an example of a problem that will be on the final exam. You're given this problem: y equals negative 2x squared minus 4x plus 5, and we want to find out what are the nature of the roots. That simply means when you solve this, what type of solutions will you get? That's all it means. And then to do that, we're going to use what's called the b squared minus 4ac, which is called the discriminant. And the discriminant will just tell you the nature of the roots. To keep it simple, this is the part, remember your quadratic formula, your negative b plus or minus square root of b squared. Well, this is under the radical, and if you remember that, that'll help you to remember the nature of the roots, because to memorize it doesn't make sense to do that. Just note this. This is your b squared minus 4ac. This is under the radical in the quadratic formula. So basically, if this, think about it, if it's a square root, if it's a positive value, let's say 4, you're going to have two answers, because this is plus or minus 2. So if your value is positive, you have two solutions. Okay? What if you had the square root of and your answer was 0? Well, there's only going to be, the square root of 0 is just 0, so that means you're going to have one solution, exactly one solution. And if we do the square root and it's a negative value, say negative 12, just made that up, then you don't have any real solutions, because that's imaginary. So you have no real solutions. And your solutions are complex numbers. Let's look at this discriminant. The discriminant for this particular function. Okay, the value is 56. To be honest, we don't care the value, but we know it's a positive value, and we're going to have two solutions here. And that's it so far.